Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PDAC 2025, and today with me is Greg Johnson. Greg is someone who is with us for quite a while now. We had the ability to represent you with Nova Gold already, where you had a tremendous success, right? And now you're with Metallic Minerals. Metallic was a stock, and I think the year 2021, you've came from 10, 15 cent level up to $1.50, right? So you've been a 10-bagger already.
Yep.
And since then you have improved tremendous on the operational side, right? A little bit back, you only had the silver project, now you also have a copper project. And it's a quite exciting one, right? Because also Newmont is with the company now because of the copper project. The silver project, on the other hand, is close to Hecla. So two very exciting assets. So first of all, thank you very much for your time. It's great talking to you again.
Yeah, great to have you here.
All right. So Greg, give us a little bit of an idea, right? We see a resource in the back on two assets. What can we expect for 2025? I mean, are you talking with, for example, Newmont to get them in again? Can we expect more drilling and more results? Give us an idea.
Yeah, you bet. So we've come a long ways, as you said, just to get here. In the last couple of years, we've gone from exploration stage, so pre-resource, to over 1 billion pounds of copper, and combined between the two projects, you're approaching 40 million ounces of silver. So huge increase in the fundamental value. But we're really just getting started on both projects. The average size porphyry system may be 5-10 billion pounds. So there's room for a 5 to 10 fold increase in the size of the resource at La Plata. Likewise, the Keno district has produced over 300 million ounces of high-grade silver. So again, we're just getting started in terms of the resources there. You mentioned the investment from Newmont. They originally came in 2023 with a strategic investment into the company. With that money, we drilled additional holes. That's grown the resource. So we have an updated resource coming out based on that work. And then last year in 2024, Newmont did 2 additional investments to fund us looking at some of the adjacent targets outside of the resource at Allard, at the La Plata project. And we've now got 3 or 4 drill-ready targets that we look to target this year. So we're looking to have another 5 to 10,000 meter drill program that we're in the planning stages now. And the potential is for potentially even multiple new discoveries at this project, which would be very exciting in light of the intense interest in copper in particular and silver in the United States right now.
That sounds very good. And the thing is, so Newmont just a couple of months or years ago already bought Newcrest Mining, right? And since then, they decided to drop out all the assets that they don't need, that they don't consider to be a tier 1 asset, right? But you're still with them. Does it mean they see really upside potential for this large type of deposit that you talked about earlier?
Yeah, so the context that you're mentioning, the original investment was by Newcrest, which was a mid-size Australian-based copper gold company. Newmont was acquiring them because of their copper gold portfolio. And now that team at Newcrest is the copper gold team at Newmont. So the same guys we were dealing with before are still there. And what our recent meetings with the Newmont, former Newcrest guys, have indicated is copper gold is more important than ever for Newmont. They really see the potential for copper, particularly in the US, where copper is now deemed a critical mineral and has the priority of the US government to accelerate and expedite permitting and advancement on projects like this. So yes, very much Newmont is still there from that originally entry from Newcrest. And part of the reason is 2 of the big assets that Newmont acquired from Newcrest. Their Cadia mine in Australia and the Red Chris mine in British Columbia are very similar geologically to La Plata. And to give you a sense of scale, both of those projects, one is more than 10 billion pounds of copper, the other is over 20 billion pounds. So when Newcrest believes that that's what we have is that same kind of system, it shows the potential upside they see in this project and why it's still an important project in even a much bigger company.
Very good. Let's switch to your Keno silver project, right? We're talking about a high-grade silver project, as I said, close to Hecla. Hecla is producing there already. I think there are, 15 million ounces a year?
They're targeting 3 to 4 million ounces a year. And it's their highest grade silver mine, and it's Canada's largest silver mine in terms of primary silver mines.
Right, and they are therefore basically consolidating the district. Would you be the next one in this type?
That's really what we see.
Yeah.
So the historic production is mostly on the western half of the district, and that's where Hecla is. They've recently started production there, and they're continuing to ramp up. And then when you say, well, where is the future going to come from in that district? Yes, going deeper, and that's what Hecla's been focused on. But our ground to the east, which is the continuation of the same geology, starts right at surface. In fact, the deepest holes we have there are 100 or 200 meters from surface.
Wow.
Mineralization starts at surface. So you have the potential for not only underground high-grade mines, but open pit, lower cost deposits that can be mined much more economically.
Very good. So give us an outlook. What can we expect in this year when it comes to news flow?
Yeah, so a couple of exciting things right to get going here for 2025. We've got an updated resource coming for La Plata. We've got drill results from Keno that are coming out from our drill program last fall. We've got sampling work that we collaborated with Newmont. Several of their key geologists came down and worked with our team. And so all that sampling's coming out soon at La Plata. And then we'll be doing the planning work for drilling to start about mid-year at La Plata and potentially later in the summer at Keno. So it's going to be an exciting year in 2025. I think some of the developments that we're seeing in Washington, D.C., yes, there's a lot of noise, a lot of chaos, but one thing that's very clear with the new administration is they're pro-resource development. They want to see U.S. production of copper and silver and other critical minerals. And it's a great place to be located with an asset with this kind of growth potential, with that opening up environment for mining in the United States.
I totally agree. Greg, thank you very much for giving us an update. We're looking forward to update our investor community regularly, right? But thanks, and we hope for good results in 2025. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. It was great.